Something very odd tonight, something very different. You guys know I'm going to mention that I've been in all these controversies with all that corruption issues recently, rooting out and taking all those rats out of the sewers. But so tonight, nothing serious, not putting out any rats out of the sewers, but perhaps taking a rabbit out of the hat. How about that?
Thank heavens not. No. Hey, guys, good to be. I'm Russell Fox, Magician Insane, by the way, and good to be on the Faizal Sayed show.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome. I know that you do some very strange things, and I know that you don't work with the dark forces, because I brought somebody in to scout around if there's any dark forces. And
Well,
she said no.
you're talking about politics there, so let's not go down dark forces
That's
side.
what I'm going
That could be misconstrued, eh?
Exactly. So now, what is it you do? You say perceptionist.
Yes, I influence the human perception visually, from a visual, emotional, and physical perspective.
Visual, emotional, and
Absolutely. Visual, what you see.
Yes.
Emotional, what you experience emotionally.
yes.
And physically, so
Yes.
that you're physically
So
experiencing something.
So can I use a strong word here? You manipulate that to some point.
I manipulate the mind, but in a positive way. The word manipulation,
Yes.
I rather say I'm an influencer. I
You
influence the mind
way people think
because I
and
influence the
what they
mind
do.
positively.
Yes.
Manipulation is negative.
Yes, of
Yeah?
course. And then we also look at very interesting things like people use the word mentalist.
Yes.
How does that fit into what you do?
Well, like I said, I've got many mental issues, and it's a mental list.
It's a long list. Don't
A
bring your
mentalist is it's a term used for people using deep psychology for influential purposes,
Yes.
or whatever it might be. So
Okay.
everything I do is from either an entertainment experience or an education, a help experience to help people understand the perception,
and
the
get
human
perspective
perception.
of what's going on.
Yeah.
Just before Russell starts off and shows us some interesting things, I must let you know that we are here tonight to support the Nosh for Josh campaign. If you watched my previous videos this week and you watch TV, you'll notice that I was involved with the autistic children, trying to understand their challenges, looking at the stigma around of that, some of the early intervention treatments and all that kind of things. We had Sankri, the specialist, on the show, and we've been out with the kids trying to establish the lifestyle that they need and some of the solutions for them. Now Joshua is off to Mumbai, and this campaign is for him to raise funds for him so he can go to Mumbai for some treatment, which is a stem cell treatment done in Mumbai, and he will come back hopefully 90% cured from his current status. And so we're all here as artists tonight, as TV hosts, as magicians, as mentalists, as perceptionists, whatever you want to call us. I know Wayne McKay and the other comedians and all of them are coming later to join us to support the campaign. Therefore, you need to support the campaign. But we want to show you something interesting, something different that you haven't seen on my show before. Russell,
Yeah?
you can take over. You can mess with my mind
Cool.
now.
So this is something I'm going to be doing
Yeah.
in the show a little bit later as well. You've heard of the term telekinesis, power of the
Yes.
mind, that sort of thing. Power of the mind is something that's misunderstood. Understanding, wisdom, blah, blah, blah. They say knowledge is power. The application of knowledge is power. That's the power of the mind. So understanding. Cool. Yeah? Great. So I've got some items here. They borrowed from the hotel, so they'll be putting it on your bill a bit later.
Okay.
But I'm gonna ask you to
got
do
it.
me a favor. To
Yes.
make this as fair as possible, I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes.
Okay.
Good. And all I want you to do is select one fork and one teaspoon.
One
so
fork
that
and one teaspoon. I can
absolutely.
use both hands for that.
Yep. So this is absolutely random.
Teaspoon, and that's a fork I got.
Good. You're happy with that?
Yes, I am.
Good. You can put the rest down.
Okay.
Cool. So you've heard of the term telekinesis, power
I
of the
did.
mind, that sort of thing.
Yes, I
Do
have.
you believe in it?
I think you can. I'm somewhere in between.
Okay, irrespective.
I'm a bit of a scientist, so you.
Cool.
have to- yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Makes it
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter whether you do or do not. It's
Yes.
absolutely irrespective. The reason I'm using another teaspoon is just to give you the organic or natural form of a teaspoon. Good. So we'll pop that one aside quickly. I want you to watch this carefully. Keep an eye on the spoon. You might want to come for a close-up. Watch this. All I'm going to do is create a shift. The shift is a natural flow like air, water, energy. Energy is current. And all I'm going to do is just manipulate the form of the teaspoon. And let me show you, that bends without a doubt.
Now that's interesting because if you look at the brands there, I'm not sure. I think it says Nova Vision. That's the brand in the back, and I was just trying to verify, and I'm verifying this for everybody as it happens. He did bend that spoon right in front of me, and that's interesting. That's interesting. Let me show you. It's bent. I'm going to put it on this one so you guys can see that. It's not fitting. So let's go that way. That's where we have it. Look at that. Look at that. The crew can see that.
Cool.
So are you going to tell me how you did this?
Hell no. Like I say,
What am I doing here wasting my time?
like I say, all this is influence. It's influence of the human mind, the human perception.
So
That's
if a
all it
guy
is.
stops you on the road and you feel like having an outburst, what we call this road rage outburst,
Yeah.
you're gonna bend his door for him. When I'm getting out, you're gonna look at the door.
He's
and
really
like,
going overboard here.
and suddenly he gets out and say, "This is a road rage, but he going to the court, but he didn't touch my door."
I don't know, I might bend his car. I don't know, but we'll try.
Very
Cool,
interesting.
cool. I'm going to do this again.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, what if I told you it was not bent? Now, this is where it gets interesting. I talk
Yeah.
about influence.
Okay.
What if I told you this was simply figment of your imagination?
No, Russell, what
Done.
is that? What's that? Look at that. Oh my God. What did you just do? Keep him away from my car, please.
Cool, fine.
You're not going to do this in an aircraft when you're flying. I mean, it's going to buckle. And
No, that'd be a problem,
something.
mate. We'll land a lot
One of the
sooner than we
wings
should.
drop down.
I don't know, I could have them doing this. Who knows?
Exactly. Do you guys go to school to do this?
No, I'm self-taught. You can go
self-taught?
learn it. I'm self-taught, yes. Everything I do.
Note to my assistant, Barik, can you just Google this for me on Monday? Yeah, right. Okay.
Cool, so earlier on I asked you to
I
grab.
just want to show you again. That's what it looks like. Totally bent. For the rest of the camera. Totally bent. Right.
Cool, so earlier on I asked you to grab a fork as
Yes.
well. Reason I asked you to do that is, what if I told you, and by the way, I just want to show you that same brand as well and same organic.
So you can just have a look
shape.
at all of that there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And note I'm surrounded, so it's not as if this can be set up in any way or form. But what if I told you that you had the same ability?
No.
Open your hand for me. Pop your hand underneath there.
Right.
Good. What I'm going to ask you to do is just imagine
Wait,
energy.
wait, before you go, can I just ask the crew, you have to catch this, make sure everything's running. It's not going to happen again.
What I'm going to ask you to do is imagine energy shifting through your shoulders, down your upper arm, forearm, and into your hand. I want you to imagine it pulsing up, pushing out of your hand, up against the metal of the fork. Imagine it pulsing like this, and all I'm going to do in a second is touch your shoulder and close the circuit. You should feel it flowing through. You should start imagining it. You should start feeling it flowing through you. Just see it. Good. See it. Carry on. Just watch the fork. Watch the fork. Just imagine it moving, pushing up, harder in your mind, harder, harder in your mind, harder. Good. Harder in your mind. Carry on. Harder, harder in your mind. Carry on. You're doing good. Carry on. You're doing good, Faizal. Check it out, but carry on, pushing up harder in your mind. And you know we're near that bend, neither am I. That's on its own, that's literally just transference, that's shifting. Check it out, but let's just compare how much
Now,
you bent that, bro.
I felt that was interesting, but I only have one concern. Were you not doing it and just telling me that I did it?
If
To
I
make me
was
feel good about
No,
this?
not at all. Not at
Okay.
all. The reason I talk
Look at
about
that. It's
the
actually
reason
bent.
the reason I
and you're saying that I bent this one. So don't come near my car too.
all I
Yeah.
did was influence you.
Yeah.
Influence your understanding, influence you, drove you in that direction. That's all I did.
That's interesting. But I can blame you, and Pratia is going to come after me, but I'm blaming you. so I wouldn't have done it without you. So,
The cool thing is, after a while, watch.
watch this.
There we go.
That's interesting. I mean, I don't know, what are you guys thinking about this? Are you guys in with this, or do you know them before we got here?
Check it out.
Yeah.
Remember when I started, my first words were to you, what if I told you it was not bent?
Yes.
Seriously. What if this was just a figment
No.
of your
No,
imagination?
it wasn't.
Do me a favor, take a look at the forks on the table. Are any of them bent? Are any of the forks bent?
Any of the forks? Oh no. That's a bit strange. This is a bit strange. This is very strange. What's happening here? That is a bit strange. But it wasn't my imagination. I can confirm that with you. I have tried keeping a very high level of cognitive connection, and that wasn't my imagination.
All this is influence. It's
Yeah.
illusions of the mind. It's me influencing your perception, how you visualize
No.
or experience things.
You want to tell me this thing wasn't bent?
I'm not saying it wasn't bent. It's about your experience. You go watch it on your.
Did we all
go
see
watch,
it was
go
bent?
watch it on your program.
I can prove to you it wasn't bent. You know why? Listen to this. We never agree on anything. No, everyone's agreeing it was bent.
You've just found out he has an office. He doesn't just run around playing like me. Cool. Can I show you one thing more?
Yes,
one more
sure,
thing.
100%.
Your glasses. Can I borrow those for a
yes,
second?
here we are.
Cool. Good. I'm going to ask, let's just shift that out the way for a second. Good. I'm going to ask you to hold your hands open for me. If you could please just bring them a little bit closer. Good. Now, everything we were doing was shifting, creating shifts.
Yeah.
Shift of mind, shift of energy, so on and so on and so on. Natural flow.
Yes.
The shift is a natural flow.
Yes.
I'm going to try that again using your glasses. So I want you to watch this carefully.
Okay.
These are a bit damaged. Did you break them or something?
Yeah, you know, things happen when you...
Guys, you need to support him. He's serious. He's not doing that well. Kidding. All right, cool. So this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to ask you to go into your mind,
Yes.
into a place where you imagine energy moving through your shoulders, down your forearms, into your hand, and again pushing out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try trap it here. The reason I'm going to use the glasses is because visually, unless we were using something like the metal objects or the forks and things, it wouldn't be something you could see.
Correct.
Good. So I want you to go into your mind for a second, just see it moving through your arms, forearms, into your hands, and just pushing up. Just imagine it, see it in your mind, and when you're ready, just nod. Good. Watch.
Oh no, seriously. Oh no, seriously. Did that just happen? Can you guys zoom in to see if there's any web strings or anything attached to this thing? This was interesting. But how did that happen? I felt it coming. That thing just flipped over. That's amazing. Russell, are you married?
No, but I've got an amazing, beautiful other half over there that I am going to be marrying.
And this doesn't pose a problem to your relationship at all?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't take...
you don't like have another girl come into the room and you just make her see it, and it's like the five of you sitting and you don't see each other. kind of thing.
Jeez, he hasn't even met her yet and he's trying to wreck it.
I see you've got some other things. Is that for your show later on?
That's for my show later on.
Okay,
Absolutely.
but that was absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Russell, when you are ready to tell us the truth about all of this, as I tell all my guests that is coming back to the show, you can always let us know, and you can come to an actual episode on the show.
Would love to
because
come to
I
an
want to
actual
just
episode.
maybe talk to you about some of these things and maybe what the understandings are so that public could sort of understand to a certain point.
Yeah.
I know that you don't want to give away all your secrets, but that's fine. But Russell has agreed he's coming onto the show in studio.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see you
Looking
soon.
forward to it.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Faizal.
He's a fox.
And he's a Faizal. Say it, he's a Faizal.